Good morning, vinyl community. This is Glen Kellaway coming to you from the basement. This is a contest entry for Anthony at AGK Vinyl. Before I get into the contest, I want to give a shout out to Robert Hagerman. Robert's on my turntable channel. I've been giving Robert the gears yesterday in a video about Bob Dylan. Robert thinks Bob Dylan can't sing, which is cool with me. I was just making a joke and then trying to get my point across about how I feel about my personal taste in singers and stuff like that. So it gave me an avenue to open up a little bit and poke a little fun at my friend Robert. So if you're not subscribed to Robert's on my turntable channel, do so. Robert's a great guy. He has great taste in music, and really you're missing something if you're not watching his channel. Anyway, on with the contest. Anthony, my friend from Toronto, where I was born and raised. Anthony is close to 500 subscribers, which is just awesome. The other day he mentioned that he had 2,500 views on his record store day vinyl showings. That's incredible. I don't know what records you bought on record store day that attracted you. Must have had, I don't know. There was something pretty cool there, because I think I had 52 views on mine. So anyway, whatever you're doing, keep it up, buddy. You're doing great. You're number one with a bullet. So also love watching Anthony's appearances with my great friend Rachel, the Music Man. She comes on every day and does a live feed, and a whole bunch of people jump in. I want you to know that I am lurking in the background watching when I can. I do want to jump in there one of these days. You never know. Maybe if it comes up today, I might jump in. It's Labor Day. Hope everyone's enjoying their day off. So let's get started. Anthony's contest was to showcase records that came out after 2010, just to kind of get away from us showing the same records by the same classic rock artists all the time. Great idea. Anthony wants us to focus on new artists and established artists that have put out new material, not reissues. They don't count. Put your reissues away. Go find a new music to show us. So let's get started. Number one, Bela Fleck, the genius banjo player. If you're not familiar with Bela put out his first solo album in around 1978-79 called Crossing the Tracks. Since then, he's had an incredible career. He is a genius musician. Bela could play any instrument he wants. He just happens to do his thing on a banjo. Bela's put out bluegrass albums, jazz albums, collaborated with Chick Corea and all kinds of people. Just an amazing career. Well-respected artist in all genres of music. Bela also does classical stuff, and he wrote a concerto and recorded it live with the Colorado Symphony. There it is, Juno Concerts. He named it Juno because that's his son's name. He named it after his son, the Juno Concerto. Great album. If you like classical music, you will absolutely love this. It's fairly inexpensive too. I think I only paid $14 for it. It's a really amazing album. So Bela Fleck, the Juno Concert. Okay, the great Van Morrison. The Prophet Speaks. This album just came out in the last year or so. I need more light here. 2018, I think. So Van, all new music, The Prophet Speaks, Van Morrison. Here we go. Robert, close your eyes. Bob Dylan, Triplicate. This is the last, I think, in Bob's trilogy of American Standards albums. This is my favorite one. This is a triple album. I think he did a great job on these. Here's Bob looking very dapper. Great band. You know what I love about these arrangements is they're not orchestras and stuff like you usually hear the crooner stuff. This is just bare bones you know, regular like bass guitar, steel guitar, and drums. That's it. Like, and it just really, the musical arrangements are incredible. I love them. And Bob does a great job. He interprets these songs really well. I'm a big fan of these albums. Great label too on these, just to show you. Really like that cool Columbia label. Very cool. Anyway, so Bob. That came out in 2017. Lucinda Williams. Lucinda put her first album out in around 1980. She's got quite a catalog now. This was released this year, and I got a beautiful autographed copy from her website. Love Lucinda. Brand new album, brand new songs, 2020. Kathleen Edwards, great Canadian singer-songwriter. Kathleen's new album came out in August. Kathleen put her first album out in the early 2000s, I think, but she's been on a sabbatical for about 6 years. Left the music business to kind of get her head back together and put out this great new album. It's fantastic. Kathleen Edwards, Total Freedom. It's getting a lot of attention, this album. Okay, here's one that's going to be borderline, whether it counts or not. But I think I showed my 5 anyway. Neil Young, Homegrown. So this is a new release from Neil. It was recorded in 1975 though, but never released before. A couple of songs, Love is a Rose and Star of Bethlehem, have seen the light of day before, but not the whole album. So interesting, but it doesn't matter. I think I got my 5 in anyway, but I wanted to show this just to get Anthony thinking about this. Okay, so that's it for albums. I had one more, the Watkins Family Hour, Sarah and Sean Watkins. Bear with me. I got it. I'm coming. I love these people so much, so I had to do that. Sarah and Sean Watkins. So they've been around quite a while. They were in that kind of an alt bluegrass band with Chris Thiley, the great mandolin player, called Nickel Creek, which a lot of you may have heard of. Sarah has put out a few solo albums on her own. Her brother Sean as well. One of Sarah's solo albums, she had Fiona Apple on it, and Jackson Browne. They also toured with Jackson Browne in his band. But this particular band now, the Watkins Family Hour, has been together about 3 years. This is their second album. Again, autographed by Sarah and Sean Watkins. If you like acoustic music, fantastic album. Okay, into CDs. The Third Mind, 2020. Psych Rock, tribute to Psych Rock. It's fantastic. Highly recommend if you like guitars. This is an album for you. Bob Dylan, Rough and Rowdy Ways, 2020. All new songs. Norah Jones, new album. The fantastic Norah Jones. Love her vocals. I got turned on to this by Steve Carlson. Black Market Brass. These guys are like a funk African band. That's a lot of great percussion in this album. Pretty cool. Paul McCartney, Egypt Station. That was all new material. This is a really good Paul McCartney album. I tell you, Paul's put out a few stinkers in his day. This isn't one of them. I made the assumption that this was going to be a crappy album when it came out, but it's not. It's really good. I really liked it. The Fabulous King Crimson. They've been back together since about 2014 or 13, touring. Phenomenal shows. Phenomenal. How about this one, Anthony? From Toronto, live in Toronto, November 2015. Came out in 2016. Live in Chicago, June 28th. This came out in 2018, I think. Live in Mexico City. This just came out last year. The Monkees. Their first album of all original material. Good Times. That came out in 2013, I think, or 15. Can't remember. Great album. Sean Lennon, Les Claypool. The Claypool Lennon Delirium. 2 albums from them. King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizards from Australia. Great psych band from Australia. These came out in like 2017, 18, something like that. The Great Toronto Band, Lowest of the Low. My favorite Canadian band. Love these guys. This came out last year, Agit Pop. Fantastic album, fantastic album. Buy this. It's great. You will love it. The incredible Amy Helm. What a voice. What a human being. She's amazing. Levon's daughter. Check her out. Amy Helm. This came out in 2015, I think. Dawes. Dawes came out in 2017. This band opened for Dylan at one time, I think, and also for Jackson Browne. They had heavy Jackson Browne influence. If you like Jackson Browne, you'll love Dawes. Courtney Barnett. Anthony showed Courtney, I think, too, or I can't remember if Anthony or Rod the Happy Hippie showed. But Courtney Barnett, their collaboration with Kurt Vile, came out a couple of years ago. Great quirky album. Greg Allman. Oh, man. Greg Allman and Ray Charles are my favorite singers. Greg died. That's upsetting as a big Allman Brothers fan. Too bad. But he did this album just before he died a couple of years ago. It's a great album. But it's all covers, but I'm not sure it'll count or not. But I think I got enough there anyway. So that's my entry, Anthony. Good luck with your channel. You'll be hitting 500 probably before I finish this video. So we'll see you around the BC. Thank you.